found a bank that was willing to work with us, but it took us, we're almost wrapping up the project at that point. Yeah, so we kind of decided, you know what, they can help us with doing the renovation, pay for the renovation, and then at least we can be able to do the purchase of equipment and everything else. But financing was a really big challenge. Yeah.
Where do you get this kind of?
So it's a company.
Amazon? You going there?
No, Amazon, no. Hey, we want to make sure patients are safe. So Baxter is a big company. They also have another one called Free Seniors, but we kind of prefer to go with the Baxter. It's smaller, it looks more sleek, it's more innovative, smarter. We can, it can do like a self-cleaning by itself, so we don't have to have people bleach every other, once they're done with treatment, we have to do a bleach or a tense. So, yeah, so we wanted something that was easier for the patients and easier for the team too. Yeah.
And you have your own dietitian?
Yes, we must have a dietitian. We have a social worker. So there are people that are key for us. A social worker must be present. A dietitian must be present. A nurse has to be in treatment. A technician and a medical director. So if we don't have either of those pieces, we cannot function. Yeah.
And this is where they would be?
So this is where the nurses and the technicians sit. Then we have our care team back here that says social worker and the dietitian. And then our medical director is out of town. So he comes once in a while, maybe once, twice a month, but then we have telehealth. So in case of anything, he's on call 24/7 to Yes. That's a tough one. So, because I also have this so that we can network. So that's where we are struggling. This industry is totally controlled, and I'm being very honest. It's a very controlled market, and the challenge is a lot of people are kind of locked in and non-compete. So the doctors around the area are stuck in non-compete. So when we approach them, say, hey, come, round in our clinic, we can take your patients. Their bosses go like, absolutely not, you're not gonna do that. So our patients are people who are coming here, viewing the facility, wanting something different for themselves. Once they come, they don't want to go back. Yeah. So we kind of encourage them to come take a tour with us all the time. Otherwise, then it's, so getting referrals is a big challenge for us right now. Yeah.
Another question. Do you receive insurance? Which insurance do you accept?
We are, another thing, that's another challenge we have. Definitely, we are not a big facility, so we don't have that edge with the insurances. So when we approach them, it's going to be a single case payer insurance plan thing that we get. So based on patient per patient, we kind of negotiate a rate, and then but we accept insurances. So, but a lot of it is Medicare. Yeah.
My colleague, Mr. George Hartwick.
Awesome.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Esther got a little excited and started the tour a little early.
That's okay. Early is good. Early's on time. Right?
Yeah, welcome to Serenity Blue.
Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
Thank you.
I hope I never have to come visit.
No offense. No offense.
Except on an occasion like today.
I own the place and also don't want to be their patient.
but I've had so many friends that have struggled finding a place, and obviously not one that is of this caliber. I mean, usually it's almost in a closet and somebody's, or in a setting that's not as professional, clean, and together as this. So it actually, the brightness makes this experience, not as difficult sometimes as what it obviously is for the patients.
Nice. Yeah, I have a view of the mountain, so yeah, what can be better than that?
See some TV too.
Tell George about the challenge you have within the system here, what you were just talking about, getting referrals.
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges we find getting referrals is the doctors and the non-competes. So the way our market is all doctors around the area are logged in non-compete, so they can't even refer patients to us, or their companies are like, you can't send your patients there.
So they negotiate with health insurance providers, they keep them at non-competes, and they negotiate the rates with the insurance providers.
There we go, yep. So getting a good rate, so like a treatment, to be very honest, a treatment, just the anemia medication alone, a patient sometimes can run up to $700 a week. But what they want to reimburse you for the treatment is way, not even close to that. Even when you fight to get $200, $300, it's a struggle. They don't want to pay for that. And then I'm like, okay, then what happens to the patients? We have nurses, they're not cheap. We have technicians, we have other things. So that becomes a big challenge for us as a independent unit. So we are like, okay, we need to figure out different ways of how to bridge that gap. And definitely getting, patients with commercial insurance, especially when you have an ESMD disease, no one wants to pay for that. You rather take Medicare. It's more affordable, cheaper, and you get what I mean? So that's how we're struggling at right now.
So Medicaid and Medicare, you do receive the majority of your referrals there?
Yes, but at a really horrible rate.
Sure.
Yeah. So, and it's hard to negotiate those.
Now, in this state, the counties are responsible for the behavioral health setting of rates for Medicaid, but the healthcare setting of rates is a different ballgame. They're separate in Pennsylvania. So, have you engaged any insurance providers?
We do have insurance providers, but the challenge is, even if I go to them and say, hey, can you get me a contract? That way I become an in-network provider. They don't want to do that. They want to have it in where, you have assuming I have a gateway patient, they want me to negotiate just for that specific patient. They don't want me negotiating for the whole facility. I can only negotiate case by case, but that also leaves the medication. They're like, okay, I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars, but that includes your medication and everything else that comes in place. So you figure out how you're gonna deal with that.
I have some ideas. Maybe now is not the setting, but we can set up a follow-up.
I would appreciate that.
And maybe create some relationships that may be able to help you at least have a much better reception than you currently have.
Thank you. See, I'm a happy donor. I saw Christine somewhere. Sorry, I had that too.
When I saw her talking, I'm like, that's my girl. We are dealing with some busy people. So I really appreciate everyone coming in here today, this morning. It's raining. I know when I got up this morning and I saw the rain, I'm like, I started firing prayers. I was like, God, please let this rain just cease. But we thank God it's nothing heavy. I appreciate every one of you being here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Christine Titih, owner and president of Oaks of Central PA. It's a 501c3 organization that is focused on empowering, promoting, and advocating for African communities in Central PA. And that's why we are here today. Yes, because we have some two powerful women, I like calling them that way, that are doing amazing things in Central PA. And I thought that we have to highlight that. We have to highlight the good that's happening in our community, so as to encourage other people to step in and do better, right? Better. So we have some very important personalities in our midst today, and I'm really honored to have them with us. We have the Executive Director of the Governor's Advisory Commission on African American Affairs, Ms. LaDeshia Maxwell. Yes, she and her team, they are doing an amazing job. They created a subset of the African American Commission, which is going to solely focus on African affairs. So we are pretty excited about that. We are also honored to have Dauphin County Commissioners here. Yes, as many of you know, a lot of African immigrant businesses are located in Dauphin County. Dauphin County has been favorable to us. We are happy that they are here to recognize that and to support us. We have the chair of the board, Commissioner rice. Is
I guess I
that
do today.
Sorry. Okay.
That's okay.
So, and I practice his name.
I'll let them know you got it right. So when the requests come forward, it'll be okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And we have Commissioner Chad Saylor, and Commissioner George Hartwick. We are friends on Facebook, so now you know, okay. And Brett, which is the press secretary, he has been instrumental in getting the commissioners here. Yes, they didn't want, so they were busy.
That's not
But Brett was like, Christine, I'm going to get you the commissioners. Even if they're coming just for 45 minutes, we will get them in. And we did, and I'm grateful for that. So to get the ball rolling, we'll have the executive director share some introductory remarks. Then after that, we'll have the commissioners do their thing, right? Yes, thank you, everyone.
Right, so I'm LaDeshia Maxwell. I run the Governor's Advisory Commission on African American Affairs. As Christine mentioned, to take in this role, I saw that there was a need for the African and Caribbean diaspora to make sure that they were represented and represented well. There were two young ladies on the commission who specifically wanted to talk about these issues: immigration, small businesses, etc. So I said sure, I was with it. And through that, I was introduced to Christine, who wanted to show me some businesses, small African businesses. And I told her, you set it up, I will be here. So thank you for setting it up. I am here, and I am excited to see what you all are doing. And keep me in mind for any future events. Thank you.
Well, this is exciting. We are honored that the commission and the Governor's Commission would choose Dauphin County businesses to highlight at Immigration Heritage Month. We are very honored to have them here today and to highlight, we are very proud of the fact that Dauphin County is so diverse. We think it's one of our strengths, and we have communities from all over the world locating here. And in the midst of a pandemic and tough economic times, starting a business, creating a business here in Dauphin County, creating jobs, it's awesome. And we, on behalf of Commissioner Priest and Commissioner Hartwick, who has a proclamation, we are honored to be here and salute Esther and her great work and the other businesses in Victoria today. So thank you all for having us here. And now I'd like to introduce my colleague, the esteemed George Hartwick.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Saylor. Good to see all of you. Man, this is a colorful day. Everybody it looks beautiful. And I particularly appreciate, I'm from a town called Steelton, Pennsylvania. Many of you may know Steelton. Our banners, I came up with the slogan, say many countries, one people. And I think there's 44 million immigrants in the United States, and they've made up the threads of America. And the idea of hardworking individuals that have come here to be able to establish families, make ties, and figure out a way to follow and chase a dream is something that really has been the backbone of this country. Quite frankly, we're grateful that you chose Dauphin County to come here to invest in. We have an obligation in the position of service to you to be able to help advance and assist you in trying to figure out a way to market and deal with some of the challenges you have within your business structure, both from a county support level as well as an economic development level, to ensure that you're successful. You're putting yourself out on the line. We need to figure out a way to assist and support you in those endeavors. And sometimes barriers that Black and brown communities face are much deeper and much more difficult than many other folks that have that level of privilege. So quite frankly, there is a real interest, and I've recently met with Pastor Tunde. Do any of you know Pastor Tunde, who is obviously, I sat around the table with him about a month and a half ago talking about the level of interest and success that we've had in partnering with our Human Services Agency. I happen to be the oversight of Human Services in Dauphin County. I serve as our chairman statewide, and I'm our National Human Service and Education Policy Chairman for the county's around the nation. So I really have an in-depth understanding of the level of services that we need, the challenges of a workforce crisis, and the inability to really figure out a way to engage communities that want to do the service, can provide the work in a way that can get you licensed over the barriers of the Medicaid paneling and credentialing process, the ability to get you startup capital. Those are all things that are very strong barriers that you've overcome to have this place already on the map. So kudos to you. Let's give her a round of applause. But our commitment today is a celebration, but also future partnerships. And what I suggested to Pastor Tunde would be the same thing that I would suggest to you that are here in the room, is to get engaged with our advisory boards and commissions. Figure out a way that you can play a role in understanding, sort of the players at the table in the human services field: children, youth, mental health, intellectual disabilities, autism services, drug and alcohol. Being able to plug yourself in, find out about the operations, the funding streams. We give you a commitment that we want to be as open and inclusive as possible. It's not correct unless we have everybody around the table, and those different points of view make our plan stronger. Let me make it clear. Those different points of view make our plan stronger. It's not about boxing people out. It's about figuring out a way to put people in to be able to make sure Dauphin County is the highest and best achiever, most innovative in relationship to serving our population. So I want to thank you for your investment today, and without going through a lengthy proclamation, we have, unless you want me to read it formally, would you like me to read the whole proclamation?
Oh, you gotta get the full.
The Board of Commissioners are pleased and proud to join the community at large in celebrating National Immigrant Heritage Month and acknowledging the valuable contributions from those looking to call America home. Whereas as we gather to recognize the vital role immigrants play in our society, we acknowledge the accomplishments of 3 people who left their home countries and whose presence enriches central Pennsylvania. Whereas Hattie, Saho, Saho, if I butcher these, the owner of HMC Childcare Services, came to the U.S. in 2011 and joined her older sister Kumba in 2018, started her business with her 6 children and husband, Mutar, to provide affordable childcare in her community. Whereas Ester, Mbaya, co-founder and executive director of Serenity Blue Dialysis Care, left Kenya for the U.S. more than 10 years ago, and after losing her father to kidney disease when she was 19, and determined to provide quality care, started her business in the fall of 2021 as Harrisburg's first of its kind dialysis care center. Whereas Christine Titih, who came to the U.S. in 2009 and came to Harrisburg from Pittsburgh in 2013, and who owns and operates CT Home Care Services, supporting adults with intellectual disabilities, saw the needs of local African immigrant community and created Oaks of Central PA to help. Therefore, we join with the 286,000 residents of Dauphin County in honoring the contributions of these 3 Harrisburg residents. And all immigrants to our tours, we wish them success in realizing their dreams and a recognition of their profound positive impact and sacrifice. We proudly proclaim June as National Immigrant Heritage Month in Dauphin County and encourage everyone to find the beauties of their traditions and success in their endeavors. Thank you.
I'm Mary James, president of the Harrisburg, PA chapter of the Links Incorporated, and joining me is Dr. Sybil Knight-Burney, vice president of our chapter. I have known the Saho family for many, many years and very familiar with their integrity, their hard work, and I am so proud of this family for the service that they have provided to this community. So I'm not really all that long-winded, so let me just say, in recognition of their good community service, our chapter is awarding 25 children's books to the center. And the children will be able to take the books home and share them with their family. And here's one extra for the teacher to use during class time. So, there you go. And now I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Bernie.
On a national level, the Links Incorporated also have the Colgate Bright Smiles, Bright Futures initiative going on. And this is where we want to believe that oral health and bright smiles also make for happy children. So we have kits for your children also that include toothpaste and toothbrushes, along with a kit for the teacher with stories to tell about oral health and how that helps them. So we're also very, very excited to include at our National Assembly, which will happen this upcoming weekend, to provide you with this and the name of your daycare center as we will present this. And we want to present this to you, and also your name will be also listed in our National Assembly. So.
Now this is what we are talking about. When I thought about promoting businesses during this National Immigrant Month, I didn't have to think too far. I know Hadi, I know Esther. I mean, like I said, they are powerful women. And it's not a coincidence that their two businesses are just located next to each other. That just shows that together we are a force. So please, network, ask questions, connect with our representatives that are here. Ask questions when you see a brother or sister doing something. Don't just sit at the side. Ask them. Ask Esther. Esther, how did you set up this thing? Hadi, how did you get the licenses for the Childcare Center? That's how we grow. We grow by following the example, follow the lead. So if you have any other questions, you have something to say, we would have a round table after we talk. So right now, the two owners, Esther and Hadi, are going to show us the facilities. We'll start with Esther, and then we'll move on to Hadi, and there we would have a roundtable discussion. Please just hold on to your questions and concerns, and you can bring them there.
Thank you, Christine, for giving me an opportunity. My name is Omara. I'm the owner of Keon Enterprises. We do transportation with the county. I'm also the president of the newly established the African Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania. We are in the process of creating the systems that can be a link to government agencies around the area. As part of that program, I think we met George, I think we met Priest. We haven't met Saylor yet, but we will. As you mentioned, Pastor Tunde has met us. We met the head of departments of the county in a meeting that was very, very productive to us. We now know who signs our checks, who does everything for us. I think it's important as business people to know the people in our local government institutions. In our meetings with the commissions that we met, we see a lot of determination for them to reach out to us. We have to also reach out to them and tell them what we want for us. I'm glad to see the governor is also represented. That's our next step. But we exist, and we will be doing a lot of things with a focus on the African immigrants in the Harrisburg area.
I'm a co-owner of Quality Care Transportation Services and owner of Integrity Support Coordination, providing home health services to seniors and supported employment to individuals with intellectual disabilities in the area. I've been living in this country for over 20 years. And been in human services for about 3 to 5, 6 years. Thank you.
My name is Eniola Iruaregbon, and I moved into Harrisburg 2 years ago from New Jersey. I've been in the United States for 4 years, and I run and own Eniola African store on Derry Street. It's actually the first African store, grocery store in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. People come from as far as 1 hour drive, 45 minutes drive from everywhere to come patronize and to come buy from us. The only challenge I have right now as a small business owner is moving around the town, and I don't have a license to drive around the town. So I spend more money. Like coming this morning, I paid $34 to come here, and I have to go back home, back to the store. But that's my own problem because I have to move my goods around. I have to move my goods to the store. I have to do a lot of things, and I spend money to make other people do it for me. But successfully, I've been able to run the Eniola African store for 4 months, and we've been very good in business. Thank you for everybody.
Reverend Gabriel, Kioi, the Lord's Family Fellowship here in Harrisburg. Thank you, Commissioners, for being with us. And also the assurance that you have assured as immigrants that anything we do, we have your backing. Majority of the things that goes on, and because all the people that are talking and speaking are talking about their businesses, most of the times the churches are forgotten. And every time people have problems, before they come to you, they run so much to the churches. In the programs that you plan, let there be a vacuum, let there be a space also for the church. And the reason is to make sure that we follow also the people who have all the kind of problems. So in everything that you do, even in supporting the ministries, the businesses, also remember that the churches, all before they come to anyone, they run to the churches.
Thank you.
LaDeshia Maxwell, just give it to her. She may write down your questions if she's not able to answer them and direct them to the right people. And just for the record, like I said, this is for networking purposes. You do not hold back any questions that you have. I know some questions have been answered before, but this is just a continuation of that, just to give more time and opportunity for us to hear our opinions and questions and concerns that we may have. So if you have any, please.
Can she give us an overview of what she does, a presentation of what she does? And
Correct. So,
so that we can frame our questions.
Thank you so much. So, to you.
Oh, should I stand up? I wanted it to be a little bit more informal than this. So the commission, the African American Affairs Commission is made up of 21 commissioners from around the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. 2 of them are African immigrants who have came to me with, again, with concerns that they felt the African and Caribbean diaspora was left out of the conversation when we discussed African American affairs. So what I had, when I started back in September, I met with a group, a small group who did immigration law as well as small businesses, public health and things like that. And we wanted to make sure that everyone's voice was heard, right? And I think African American is the wrong term that we use because I don't think that everyone considers themselves as African American, but we are Black people. And so your concerns are our concerns, are my concerns. I'm from the Caribbean originally, so I have the same kind of, green card status turned to naturalization process. And I can see some of you guys probably have the same thing that I did.
But within us, we talk about 5 different things. So public safety, public health. When we talk about public safety, I'm going to go back into gun violence. We also have economic development and small business development and investment, as well as education. And I think that's, and then the last one will be immigration and African and Caribbean diaspora. So I actually held a small business panel back in March. That should be up on the governor's website. If it's not, but I'll give you guys the website page so that you guys can review it. And it was with experts around the Commonwealth, right? From Erie, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and then the state, Pittsburgh too. And what we found was that it doesn't matter. I think it doesn't matter what the business is. I think people just have a hard time starting. And a lot of the times when you start, we want to start right away. And the conversations need to be had. The processes need to be shared. So what my commission has done, well, what we're in the process of doing is creating a small business resource book. How do you register your business? How do you grow your business? How do you get contracts and things of that nature? Are all things that we're always thinking about through our commission. And I do this by being in partnership with the Pennsylvania Business One Stop Shop. And through them, they are the experts. And if I would have known, I would have had them come here too. But we can always set up something else too. I am not against that. So does that answer your question of what my commission does?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Because I don't want us all to ask questions about business, but we should also ask.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to ask about whatever.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the, all of the topics kind of correlate with one another in some way, right? So I am mindful of that.
I'll go first then.
All right.
Something that I would suggest that you look into, like as a commission, it affects immigrants especially driver's license.
I am in those PennDOT meetings for hours talking about this very exact topic. I am. It just, we're a Commonwealth seat, unfortunately. So a lot of the things that we are going through has to be decided through the through the common grounds, which is through voting and things like that. But there are things that we are some loopholes that we are trying to get done. My fellow executive director for the Latino and Hispanic Affairs Commission has been working on that too. It just seems to be something that we get a lot of pushback about, especially with different legislators and people, who think that, you have to have 3 of the same type of documentation to get something done. Or the fact that we can't even get people to PennDOT has been something that, we have argued about with that. So I'm in the fight with you. Trust me. We're there.
Question was particularly as it relates to businesses, that how can we continue to foster collaboration between your office and the small businesses here?
Yeah. So you said foster. So I tell people the commission is more of a connector, right? You use us as you wish, right? So if there's events happening like today where there are 40 of you and you want to gather and you want to talk about issues such as small business, let me know. I will be there and I will bring the appropriate people. And we can share it on Facebook and through the governor's website and different ways that, however, different channels we can. But I think a lot of the times it's like, you guys don't know about the commission because I don't think that the commission comes out enough. And when I took the role of executive director, I wanted to make sure that I was in the community talking to people all the time, just so I could know that when I'm advising the governor on certain things that we are all represented, but it does take community to really foster the change. And if you guys are coming to me, I answer all of Christine's phone calls, her emails. Please utilize me how you wish. If there's something that you want to share, if there's an issue that is happening and you want me to, post about it or talk about it or, get an expert that can, that's the way we foster community.
I'm a businessman. One of the best channels for Black immigrants or African immigrants to get some immigration settled here is through EB5 visa. The cost is getting high. It's so high now, and if the government can really bring it down, I don't know if you can use your office to help talk to the legislators.
Immigration is a difficult topic to discuss because it's more of a federal level.
Okay.
I can't give you a really good answer on that, but we can try to figure out something. I'll talk to my commissioner over at the Asian Pacific Islander and the Latino Hispanic and see what we can do.
So maybe I want to make myself better understood. I heard a politician saying during a campaign that immigrants are taking Black jobs. I call it's a code. Yes, and the question is there any specific type of initiative that immigrants are allowed to do? And are there some that they are not allowed to get access to? For example, I can decide to do something on a military field, like building maybe uniforms, selling uniforms, or I just taking an example, are you going to allow me to do it? How far are you guys open to?
I think very open. That's the hope, right? If you find that there is something that is a roadblock, that's where you go to the Pennsylvania Business One-Stop Shop. That's where they come in, right? And they're always, they're always open to help, especially if I'm like, hey, tell me your name one more time.
Jungle?
Jungle. I say, hi, this is Jungle. He needs help with getting his business registered and he wants to make sure that he's able to do this. They will assist you. They will. Someone will call you. They'll send you an email. They'll give you resource guides. We're not here to see you fail. That's never going to be the case, at least for me. I'm never going to want to see you guys fail. And I know the governor is not going to want to see you guys fail. So please, like I said, I'm going to keep putting this into your brain. I'm LaDeshia Maxwell. I'm here to help you all, and please utilize me as you see fit. I may not know everything, but I can lead you to the people that do. And don't do it for the commission, do it for the community.
Yes.
I'm one person, like I said, I'm one person, the commission is 21 people. We need more people, to just get into the community and make the government work for you, make us work for you. I am happy to do the legwork. I just need to know what it is, so when I'm coming to events, I can give you the resources that you need. And providing you with people who are experts in a lot of these things. I'm an expert in urban policy. Clearly we're not in the urban, so it's never gonna be the same. But I definitely want to make sure that you guys know, this commission is a state-run commission, and it's for you. And you use us, and we'll use you. Any information that you need, I will get it out there to the people that need it, and vice versa. And Christine, I'm gonna send you an email with all the resources that they asked for, with my signature, my email, and my phone number. So do not be afraid to use it.
Thank you so much. So I know Director mentioned before about the one-stop shop. It is really helpful. I think they have their office somewhere in the Keystone building. I have used them and they have helped me. They have sent me mentors. They connect you to the Pennsylvania School. they have a bunch of information out there. So you can go on their website, or you go to the Keystone building. It's not far from the Capitol building. You go there, they're definitely going to direct you. Finances and direction on how to go about your business, they connect you to the right people.
So, like I said, some of the work that we've done includes hosting a small business roundtable with people, with experts, business experts around the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So Allegheny County, Philadelphia, Erie, Pennsylvania, and then Harrisburg, the Pennsylvania Business One-Stop Shop. Of course, we're always talking about small business, but your businesses deserve people that know how to work, right? So workforce development has always been something huge for the governor. And we've been working with, unions and community colleges and people of the sort to get better workers and get people employment that would actually lift them out of poverty. So we're always doing this kind of work.
I just want to say that the opportunities in this country are endless. Sometimes the limitations, just like you said, can be money. But I do believe that there are ways around this thing. I'm a banker by trade. You can always find opportunity to start something.